I feel like I have to say this because this has been on my brain for the last couple of days. But I feel like that everything that they're doing right now in society with the DEI rollbacks and the taking away all of these things, this is their way of trying to get our buy-in back. Because whether you know it or not, our entire society is based off of energetic contracts. And those contracts are built off of mutual agreements. We all agree if you don't pay your bills, you're going to be homeless. We all agree that in order for you to live in this society, you have to work. But when we make changes to those contracts, we change the energy. So something like a DEI program on an energetic level changes the contract. And when you change the contract, you don't really know what to expect until the contract is being enforced. And unfortunately for them, we started seeing through the illusion. We started seeing that their system was built on lies. We started seeing our worth and our value outside of them. We started gaining access. We started climbing the hierarchical ladders, and those systems were initially put in place so that they could do those things. So they have to roll them back because they're trying to reestablish the old energetic contracts. But the problem is when you know better, you have to do better. And now that we know our worth and we know better, we're not going for the same things that we were going for before. So what they're doing is trying to bully us. They're trying to take away all of these things so that they can force you back into the polls. They want to force you back into voting because we believe through mutual agreements that if we vote correctly, we have some sort of control when we don't. Because I don't know how true this is all alleged, but somebody made a TikTok where they went back and did the last election, and apparently Kamala won by an astronomical amount and it's being covered up. I don't know how true that is, but I personally have met more people who have voted for Kamala than Trump. But this situation that I'm talking about makes me think about them saying they were going to put Harriet Tubman on the dollar. Right now on money, we have dead presidents who basically upheld this patriarchal system. If they put somebody like Harriet Tubman on the dollar who stood for freedom and liberation, they changed the energetic contract or the spell that gives them control through money. And that's why I feel like it's been so much hesitation around implementing that. And they've been talking about it from years. But then the people who are in control of the contracts, the government, Congress, Republicans, Democrats, they've decided against it because they understand energy. And that's why we need to in turn understand energy. Because when you understand energy, you understand everything. We learn through contrast. So they're giving us the worst outcome possible to try to force us back into their system, because they've already set the groundwork through education that this is how we have a voice in society. When in all reality, that's not true. We're rewriting the contracts right in front of their faces, and they are losing control. And so a lot of what they're doing right now is performative because they are trying to gain back control. If we all collectively decide to do something different, they lose everything. So they're using fear to gain our participation because the contracts can only live when we participate. Tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments.